As a Pokemon card collector, I, Dante Collects, have always wondered what the depths of the Pokemon TCG's artists have to offer. Gaining that sort of knowledge is part of why I'd like to share it upon you, the viewer, to figure out which artist truly speaks to you. This is Pokemon Artist Review. This series is dedicated towards looking at what makes the artwork of each individual Pokemon TCG artist so special and distilling it into a video analysis format. Join me to find who your favorite artist is. Subscribe to see more Pokemon Artist Review, and help me reach my goal of 700 subscribers. If there's an artist who you really want to see reviewed, then feel free to let me know down below. Welcome to the Pokemon Artist Review. In today's video, we'll be talking about Shibuzoh. Shibuzoh started illustrating cards in the set Generations. Wait a minute, Hasuno and Shibuzoh were introduced in the same set. For those who don't know, or are new to the series, the previous episode of Pokemon Artist Review covered Hasuno, who also started in the same set. That's a funny coincidence. The set was released February 22nd, 2016, and Shibuzoh has illustrated 98 cards, including any reprints they may have. Shibuzoh has this really adorable soft style that pops quite nicely in a cutesy sort of way. Their dotted style with an incredible sense of color has become quite the iconic look in my opinion. These are the criteria I'll be analyzing to enhance the best parts of Shibuzoh's artwork. Firstly, I'll be talking about the colors, and next, I'll talk about the outlines of their cards. Finally, I'll talk about the creativity of their cards. For my first point, I wanted to talk about Shibuzoh's colors. Now these are really a standout, to be honest. Time to go from 0 to 100 with the Samurott V-Star from Crown Zenith. This card has this wonderful sense of color, with this deep crimson red creating an almost wild amount of dread emanating from the Pokemon. This black inky goop behind the Pokemon spreading out increases that sense of dread, and the way that Snorunt is colored and shaded showcases a deeper, darker side of the Pokemon, as it is being stalked by some sort of crazy deity-adjacent Pokemon. This card is truly a stunner, much like the Meryl from Steam Siege. This card brings a cutesy vibe to 100 as the Pokemon jumps around a flowing waterfall. The rainbow in the background being such a small part of the card is really nice, mixed with the foggy parts in between. The flowers dot and spot the card to add a wonderfully playful sense of color to the card, and the way Meryl is softly shaded makes it look so impressive. Overall, the multiple colors all around the card really make it feel special, which I truly appreciate. Next, I wanted to mention Shibuzoh's outlines. In the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff GX, the outlines around Lopunny are all white, still dotted, much like the rest of their style. However, Jigglypuff has this really thin, darker pinkish outline that helps it stand out as it sits right next to Lopunny. The background features many forms of outlines, such as a white outline for the pink flower to the left of the Pokemon, and a pink outline that goes on the white flowers in the bottom left. Not every individual aspect of the card features an outline, which makes every aspect look unique to the last. Next, let's talk about the Machop from Champion's Path, a card you've probably not heard anyone talk about in the past. This card is surprisingly pretty cool for a Machop card. The way it punches towards the camera is really nice, and that small white outline really enhances the Pokemon apart from the background. The explosive pieces of rock the Pokemon smash also feature a white outline, but the rest of the card is relatively outlineless, using mostly shading to focus on those different angles that an outline would typically cover. Overall, Shibuzoh's outlines are super interesting, as they really change it up from card to card, Pokemon to Pokemon, which I really appreciate. Finally, I'd like to point out Shibuzoh's creativity. Shibuzoh is definitely a creative artist, and it shows in many of their illustrations. I mean, look at this Galarian Moltres V artwork. It's phenomenal. I really love the eyes stuck inside the trees that glow a bright pinkish hue. It's so incredible. The symmetry of the Pokemon on the card is mesmerizing, and using the twisting clouds and the moon in the background truly enhance the majesty of this illustration. Heavy emphasis on gray helps exemplify that reddish pinkish hue of the Pokemon's brilliantly burning flames. What a stunner of a card. Another card that oozes creativity is the Wooper from Dragon Majesty. This card is really cool. As the Pokemon stares up at the camera, it's surrounded by lily pads as well as clovers. I really love how the Pokemon is on a little island surrounded by water, with other little Woopers staring at the main one in the background. The sense of perspective is really creative in this one, making for a really cute illustration of a super cute Pokemon. And now, let me talk about my favorite card from Shibuzoh. This isn't something as easy as you'd expect it to be, but I suppose it's time to go for it. I think my favorite card by Shibuzoh is definitely the Samurott V-Star from Crown Zenith. Something I didn't mention before about this card that's really beautiful, it has this gold effect around the Pokemon, as well as some parts of the goop. It works really well with the gold engravings at the actual V-Star border of the card, which is awesome. This card has some incredible near symmetry that looks stunning, And just small details such as the reflection on the moon at the bottom, the little plants around the Pokemon, and the shadow behind the snow all add together to make this card just so amazing. It's really a perfect illustration that I have no complaints about. And that was Shibuzoh. What a fantastic artist. I really love their dotted style, it's super unique. I think that one of the best things that I could say about your artwork, and I hope you all agree that there's certainly some uniqueness to their artwork. With almost 100 cards, you can't go wrong with any of their playful and sometimes serious illustrations that leave you wanting more. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by liking and commenting, as well as considering subscribing to my channel. I cover everything you need to know about Pokemon artists. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, I have a playlist on my channel for the Pokemon Artist Review. And with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.